How you feeling?
Feeling good.
Jalen, are there things that you could learn, or you're able to learn, like the last time against the Giants, even though, like, you weren't running and stuff like you usually do about their defense?
I think anytime you put something on tape, there's something that you can learn about somebody, and we know we're playing a really good team. They have a really good defense, and they do a lot of really good things. That's on both sides of the ball. So we know we have to come prepared, put in a great week of preparation to go out there and play well Saturday.
Do you have a sense yet of how much that week of rest helped your physical situation?
I don't.
How much different are the Giants looking on film when you're watching them that first game with zone or man, and then the amount of blitzing in that game compared to now?
Yeah, I think they've shown to change a little bit throughout the course of the year, and kind of after we played them that first time. And I think regardless of what they've done, I think they've done it well. Whether they're playing man coverage, they do that well. Whether they're playing zone coverage, they play that well. So I think for us, it's just on us executing versus them. I think at this point in the season, I think that's what it's all about. It's execution, and it's doing your job the best. So it's on both sides.
How much different do they look now compared to like the before, just personnel-wise? Because they have a bunch of guys out, like Dory, Kenny.
Yeah, like I said, they have really good players. They have really good players in the interior, on the edge, on the perimeter. Obviously playing with McKinney in my past, so a really good defense, a really good opponent we're about to play again.
What stands out to you about Shane as a play caller?
I think as a leader, I think he brings a special type of passion. He says things and he speaks with conviction. He really means it. You can tell he cares. And, I think he's always trying to put us in the best position to succeed. I think it's unique how different coaches, different players see the game differently, yet all are trying to get the same result. So I've been fortunate enough to been around so many great minds and be able to take that away and, personally kind of grow from that. So I think he's been a big asset for us this year.
Jalen, you've obviously played in a number of kind of one-and-done games in your career. Are they all the same? Does it matter if you're favored or an underdog? Are there certain things that they all have in common, or certain occasions where they're different, more pressure, less pressure, those kinds of things?
Yeah, I think, regardless of the magnitude of the game publicly, we know what we work for. We know that we put ourselves in this position by what we did all season. The consistency we had all season, the focus we had all season, the preparation and the work we put in all season and before the season started in the off season. So, I don't think anything changes in terms of the process. The process remains the same throughout everything, but the standard rises. So, we just want to kind of lean on the things that have gotten us here.
How important is it to have Lane back, and what do you think of what he's battling through to be out there on Saturday night with you?
Yeah, I don't know the depth of the whole entire situation, but I know he's a true warrior, and I know he's eager to be out there with us, and that'll be a decision that he has to make.
Do you feel as if your shoulder's healthy enough to do more design runs such as his own reads, and are you concerned that the Giants may try to target that shoulder if you guys do that?
It's football. I got a bounty on me every week. I go out there on the field, so go out there and just play my game. Whatever happens, happens.
You mentioned to us last week
Getting
that
back to Shane, you mentioned you've been around a lot of good offensive minds. You had Shane and Nick now for the second year. Just how much is that continuity when you look back? How much do you think that's helped?
I think it's helped tremendously. Being able to build a rapport with those guys, getting the extra time and extra work, and really having in-depth conversations about stuff and picking each other's brains. I think, as time has went on, and it's kind of been an earned thing of being able to speak, my mind and kind of talk about what I see, what I like, what I don't like, and everybody being receptive of that in the room. I think that's been a thing of time, and I think that's allowed our coach player relationship to evolve and ultimately for us to have the success we're having because of how efficient we've been able to be throughout the year.
You mentioned to us last week that you have played through injuries before. What does it take from a mental standpoint to prepare yourself for that?
Get it done.
The coaching staff talks about a mental catalog that you build the more times you see a certain scheme, a certain coordinator. When you see a team a third time, what's that mental catalog like for you?
Yeah, I can't say that in a regular season or one season I've seen a team 3 times, but nonetheless, you just want to double down on that process. Do the things that you've always done, and obviously when you have guys that, it's obviously when you have guys that hang around from year to year, and you're in a division, well, there's a lot of familiarity with that. So, kind of being closer in time and the time span. I think this is 2 months, playing them 3 times. So, it'll be fun. We got to go out there and compete, got to go out there and execute, and play with the right fundamentals.
Jalen, as somebody who thinks of himself, carries himself as a leader on a team, how do you balance helping to get a team locked in for a game where if you lose your season's over versus being loose enough to be able to play in the way that you want to play, not getting too tight? How do you kind of find that fine line?
I think I think it's simple, just going out there and doing what you've been doing all year. Going out there and doing what you've been doing all year, having the same approach. We've always had a focused approach, a laser-focused approach, a process-oriented approach, a diligent approach to what we're doing, so nothing changes.
Jalen, you said that you're going to play your game. It looked like maybe a couple of weeks ago there were some calculated decisions when there were defenders versus the sideline, whatever it was. Are you looking at it like this game, it's going to be normal for you, whatever decision you have to make to get whatever you have to get on the field, you're going to make it?
I don't know. I think it depends on how it goes.
You also said that you had a bounty on you every week. Do you feel like there were some shots that you've taken that maybe should have drawn a flag? Or
Nah, obviously the quarterback gets a lot of attention, and I think every quarterback in the league has a bounty on him in a sense, to stop him, so.
What are you wearing? That's become a catchphrase from the team and something you said. What's the significance of that expression for you?
Yeah, I think it's a it's a swagger. It's kind of in the air of its own. When you talk about the passion in this city, the support in this city, the love for the Philadelphia Eagles in this city, it's truly a Philly thing, and not many other people, not anybody else will understand that. So it's a special city, it's a special time, and we're taking it day by day. But obviously, we know we have the support of our city through everything, and let's show up on Saturday.
Jalen, the playoffs last season, what were you able to take out of that to kind of help your preparation for this week, and what kind of things did you learn from it?
Yeah, I think, immediately after last year's playoff wildcard game, there was a ton that I learned from and I took away from that going into the offseason. So, I think it's helpful for us to have all experienced that together as a team, and to have a lot of guys back, have a lot of guys that, like the Jason Kelce decides to stay because he sees something in, what he's played with and the potential of what that could be. So, we have everything in front of us, and, we're just taking it day by day, like I said, but there's a ton that we've endured and experienced and have gone through to be here and have this opportunity we have now. So we're gonna try and go out there and do what we've been doing, try and stay true to ourselves, stay true to our process and our grind, the hustle that we put in day out, and go leave it all out there on the field and see where the result comes.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.